Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So yeah, today what I'll be doing is hopefully getting as far as I can with this first strut and basically just breaking it down. So I'm going to have to take the springs off. So I've got my spring compressors, got these here, so we can take that snap spring off. And as far as I'm aware, this shock is all in good condition. It's not leaking. There's no problems with it, so I may just keep it for now for custom purposes and then just touch all this up with liquor paint and yeah, basically go from there really. So I need to get out this swivel arm here without breaking anything. So this swivel arm needs to come off, so I need to get this one out and I need to get this bottom one out here as well. I got the pivot sort of pinch bolt that goes in here out, so this should just be a case of get some real heat to that with my my blowtorch, and yeah, just basically spend probably 20 minutes or more basically just heating these up, trying to press them out and go from there really. So but I need to obviously keep this out of the way and not damage this, so I don't know if I can get that off out of there. So we'll give that a go first. We'll try and get this out of the way because it's a bit of a pain to have this in the way while I do everything. I'm pretty sure it comes off. I'll try and lever it off with a screwdriver. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to try and get this this nut off first here. I can't seem to get this off, so I'm going to try and work around it and just try and protect it for the meantime. I've got some cable ties, I can stick that together for now so it's not flapping all over the place. Right, now I've got this cable tied and up and out of the way, we should be able to get to this without damaging anything else. So I'm going to need an impact gun and, well, an Allen key as well and a wrench. I need to soak it first. Give it a little hit with that. Alright, so we've got all that greased up there. So we just need to take this nut off that's here, and then hopefully that can pop the top off. The bottom will pop out as it is. So this whole arm can come away, and then we can obviously break down the rest of it, get the strut away from that, and I don't think there's too much to it after that. Yeah, so I just need to break it all down, give it all good sort of wire brush and clean, and give it a lick of paint really. I don't know if I've got any paint. I should have some paint in there. I've got some hard wearing paint, so I can give this all a good clean because it is not very nice to look at. So yeah, I'll come back when I've done some more. Right, so a little update there for you. So yeah, what I've done is I've basically separated the shock from the hub arm assembly, so it's a lot easier to work with. Still working on that nut, so I just need to get this in the vise now and then get that nut off basically, but it's a lot easier obviously without all of this in the way. So we'll get this out of the way for a sec, put that down there, and then we'll take that apart in a sec after we've dealt with this. So, alright, let's get this in the vise. Alright, there we go guys, so I've got it in the vise. Hopefully this should hold. Just stuck a rag in there to give it a bit more sort of grip around the jaws, and we'll try and get that nut off. that's just spinning the ball joint round now, so that's as loose as I'm going to get it. So now I need to ram something on the end of it. Stop it spinning. Hooray! Right. Whew. There we go, guys. So yeah, one inner pivot joint nut slash washer off. So obviously we're going to want to put this somewhere safe for now. Should really get another one with a new kit, but right, so what I'm going to have to do now, guys, I'm going to have to basically, I'm going to have to, you can see that, heat this section up and hopefully that ball joint will just fall out. It's either that or press it out. I don't have the press at the minute, so I am going to try and heat this right up and see if this will come out by itself. The bottom one will have to be done separately, so once this is out of its way, this one obviously will come out the way, and yeah, and then that should be two separate arms. I can clean this arm up, clean that arm up, reassemble it at some point, but we'll obviously move on to the next side first. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a blowtorch on that. So I had no luck basically with the actual the ball joint. Like you can see there, I can actually I've moved it out by about 5mm or so, and then I've just hacked away at the bottom to try and force the lip round, but it's not having any go with that. So I tried to prise it out with a screwdriver, and that's not working. Then I tried cutting the ball joint down the middle with the angle grinder, but it's only half cut, so I can't get that. So I've been out to the shops and basically got a ball joint press. Hopefully this works. It probably won't, but we'll give that a go basically. And then what I've done is I've got some metal blades for my reciprocating saw, so I can chop the rest of that ball joint out and then press it out or hammer it out, whenever I need to do. And then while I was down there, I've gone and bought some wire brush attachments for a drill. So just to clean up all the arms and everything, I've just got some of them to actually clean them up. So they were a couple of quid, so they weren't too dear. It's worth getting. And yeah, so I'm going to get these on, get this on my saw blade, chop it off, and see if I can press the rest out with this. If not, I'm going to just have to hammer it until it comes out. So yeah, let's give this a go. We'll try and cut this out now. Alright, I think we're through with that ball joint. Guys, so one hub removed. Not the best way of removing it, but it was the only way I could get it without a bearing puller. So surprised how heavy these things all weigh. Right, so I need to get that out now. So hopefully I can smack that out, and then that'll be the last ball joint really, on this side anyway. Right guys, so a little bit of an update, yeah. The bearing's almost out, and like I said, we've got this side off. We just need to keep heating this up and just keep smacking it with a hammer basically. So obviously this is taking quite a while. It's probably about 20 to 30 minutes every time I get a little bit further with it, but it looks like it's, I don't know, 30% of the way out. So yeah, it's getting there. I've had to cut it up a lot and things like that, but I'm definitely going to have to buy a bearing press I think when I put a new one in, or I can put this in the this part in the freezer and then heat this piece up, and hopefully they should just slot together quite nicely, but whether that works or not I don't know, so I'll give that a go. But for now I'm just waiting for this. Right guys, so it's been about an hour or so, and I'm still fighting with this absolute pain of an arse ball joint. This is what I've sort of contracted at the minute because I haven't got a press. So I'm using an old wishbone centre from a bush, so it's nice and solid. And then as you can see, the bush is almost fully pressed out, and then what I've done is I've cut the lip off the actual ball joint there, so I could sit the ball joint actually lower into the vise there. So that gives me a lot more sort of leverage on this arm. Then I can sort of push this against it. So I'm going to try and push this against it without this bit flying out at 1,000,000 miles an hour at me. So yeah, we'll give this a go. Guys, that's how you get a ball joint out without the press. So yeah, there you go guys, so that's what I've made of that. That wasn't too pretty, you can see that there. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for tonight guys. I can't obviously do any more with this kind of thing, and it being quite late now, it's going to be quite loud from my neighbours, so I'll leave it there for tonight, and I shall hopefully pick this up either tomorrow or the next. Right, so it's the next day, like I said, from last night. Basically today I tried getting that pivot point out, and I've completely run out of gas for the burner. So what I'm going to have to do is basically crack on with other jobs. So what I've done today, I've got a steam cleaner that I borrowed from my mum, and she's been giving me a hand. Basically what I've been doing is this is the arm there, so that's all been cleaned, that one, so that's looking a lot better. It's not 100%, obviously, it's never going to be showroom, but it's a lot better than it was. So we've still got the strut tower there to take apart, and then I'm just going to do the hub assembly out there, so I'll go and show you that, and that's basically what I'm working with in a minute. So I've got my little steam cleaner, and then we've got the hub arm. So this is what it's going to look like, obviously covered in crap. I don't know why it's this bad, but it is. So we're going to get this cleaned up. We've got a wire brush attachment, and then yeah, then we're going to give this a clean. This is the pivot point that I can't get out basically. It's loose, but I can't press it out, so I'm going to have to buy a press kit basically to get that out. But yeah, we'll give this a tackle with the wire brush, and we'll go from there. Right guys, so a little bit of an update today. Basically I've managed to get the spring off, so we got that off with the spring compressors, so that was a little bit tricky. And then I've cleaned up the arms like I said there, and that one's had a little bit of a clean, looking a lot better than it was. But I still need to get that ball joint out. Obviously I'll get the tool for that next week. But yeah, I've been working on this strut. That was basically the nut I needed to get off, which was an absolute pain. That was very much stuck. But doing so, we've snapped the drill bit, well, snapped the square Allen key bit inside of the head of the strut. So for some reason that would not come out, and then I tried wiggling it in the vise, and it basically, the tool gave out before that gave out. So looks like we're going to have to buy new struts. That was the plan, but obviously if these could be salvaged, it's £130 I would have saved. But it's not too bad, so the only thing we can salvage is these bearings from the top mounts. They seem to be pretty solid, so I'll probably reuse these. These are all good, so give them a little bit of a clean up, get rid of that rust, put some anti-corrosion stuff in there. Job's a good one. But yeah, basically this strut is useless, and it was okay, it was in good nick, but it is a bit crusty, and I was contemplating like getting a new one, but obviously if it, as there was nothing absolutely wrong with it, it would save us some money, so which could have gone into other projects, you know, part of the build. So obviously, because I want to get the wheels done on this as well, and just little bits here and there that all add up. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the arse, but that's how it goes sometimes. Probably was expected. I could see how crusty it was. I was surprised I was actually able to get the thing off. But I had to use a breaker bar and 2 bags of cement to hold the breaker bar while I did the other wrench, just sort of because it needed to go 2 ways at the same time. So I need that, and then the bar for a bit more leverage on the socket there. And that's about it really. So yeah, I'm just sort of working through it, and like I say, just trying to go through it all, trying to get it all sort of ready and get it prepped. We got the strut towers here where they need a bit of a clean. I've got some of the white paint there where I might just scuff that up and give it a little lick of paint once I clean it all off. And that's about it really. There's not much more else to it. That's the ball joint that I managed to get off in the end. That was an absolute pig. Yeah, I'm not surprised why they actually you buy them pressed in as they are, but I'm hoping it should be a lot easier to get them back in, because you can stick them in the freezer and then they should be a lot better, or a lot easier to get in. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that one. It's a bit harder to do anything a bit more extreme with it because of the ABS cable, which I can't seem to get off. So I'm going to have to probably do that with the press bearing tool. Right guys, so a little bit of an update. Yes, so yeah, I've moved on to this strut tower after I've cleaned all this, gave this a wire brush and sprayed some silicone on there so they protect it from the corrosion. Then what I've been working on is this wishbone at the minute, because I can't seem to get this arm off, and I'm really tempted just to replace the whole arm with this particular one, because if this gets damaged, that's it, it's had it. So, and it's also from what I've heard on the forums, it's an absolute pain in the arse to get the power flex bushes in these ones, so I may just get a standard full arm with all the bushes in, ready to go, and they're relatively cheap for what they are actually, so I might have to fork out on some of that. But yeah, so we've got the lower arm one back there, and then I'm just working on this one here. It's a bit of a silly system, I don't know if you can see that, but basically I've had to put some vice grips on it, because as you can see you can't get a socket on the end of that, and it's got like some funny star drive on the end of it, so I don't know how they managed to get that in there. So it's going to be quite interesting to try and get that bolt out, because it's the nuts on this end and the bolt's been put in from that end. So I'm a bit miffed as to how that's going to come out really, but I'm going to try and loosen this one off and go from there really, but yeah, I might have to start chopping away at this. Right, so I've managed to get that bolt off the wishbone there, and that's come off nicely. But like I say, I was struggling to find out how this was going to come off, but I've just looked in there, and there's actually the bolt's not actually hitting. The hole's actually bigger for the bolt hole basically, so it can just slide through, which is good news. But on the other hand, I have to take this off just to bloody get to the thing. So yeah, I'm just taking this off at the minute, and then hopefully this should lower this brace arm, whatever you want to call it, some sort of mount of some kind. I've just put the jack underneath it just in case this is a major supporting bolt of the engine bay holding all the subframe up, which wouldn't be a good idea to undo without it. So the jack's just under there as precaution. It's a bit hard to do this left-handed. That's a big ass bolt. Right. Switch hands. I think that's loose enough to do by hand. Alright, there we go. Cool. That's a big old bolt. What's that, about 100mm long? 120. Alright, now I don't know if that's all of it, but basically I need to pull that arm out the way, and then hopefully we should be all good to get both those arms off. So that's one that's come off, and then the other one that was next to it that went into that hole there, that just had a little star bit on it. I'll just have to take that one off as well because that's connected as well. Oh, it's just getting a bit crazy how they've built this car. Don't know how they've managed to do that with that amount of bolts and stuff, and just arms connecting to everything. They've not made it easy to work on, but we're getting there, and hopefully I can get this arm popped off, this wishbone. It's got some movement in it, so hopefully I can lever that out and go from there really. So that's where I'm at, guys. So yeah, if you like the video, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and don't forget to share it. Basically, there's going to be plenty more videos coming on this. I don't know how many parts in total, but probably quite a lot. I'm now off, well, I'm now going back to work. It's now Friday, and I'll be going back to work obviously on Monday, so I won't be able to really fit any sort of time in after work, so it'll be kind of weekends and maybe the odd hour here and there. So it's going to slow down a little bit, but that's just what it is. So but yeah, that's where we're at. Like I say, if you like the video, guys, you know what to do. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.